Welcome one and all to Blind Gamer's first multiplayer battle for Napoleon Total War. This is a 2v2 battle on I believe the Siberian Hills or something, some sort of map. This was the first multiplayer battle I had ever fought. I am playing as the British. My teammate is playing as the French, with both our opponents playing as the Austrians. The Austrians are clan members, and the guy I was playing with I didn't know him, so we knew this was going to be a pretty tough battle for me off. We guessed that these guys had some experience, but let's go through my army first. I have 4 units of rifles, I have 2 units of foot guards, and 4 units of foot. I have over here 1 unit of the special, the elite unit of the 88 foot. I have the 6-pounder horse artillery, which you saw earlier, and the 2 units of 5-inch howitzers over here in this forest. I have my general, Major General Pinkton, and my cavalry force is 2 units of lifeguards. So we're advancing up here. This map is sort of like the Syrian Ridge. No, sorry, more like the Siberian Plateau. But there are more trees and there are rocks for cover and stuff, so that's better. Now I had set up over here using these 2 boulders here as cover for my flanks. This is the main front. I set up another unit of rifles and 2 units, one a foot guard on this right flank, with cover from this forest and some stakes. Although the stakes didn't seem to deploy properly, I've only got 3 over here. And the 4th unit of rifles I'm bringing over here on the left flank. They were trying to deploy stakes, but something happened again, so never mind. Now my horse artillery, I rushed up here to commence fire as soon as possible, so they can provide canister fire if the enemy advances, and they can provide normal fire if they decide to camp. Now my opponent, he has I'm not entirely sure, but he has something like 4 units of Grenzers, 4 units of Jaegers. There's 1 unit of Grenzer, 1 unit of Jaeger here. Another 1 unit of Jaeger Grenzer. And another here. So I think maybe 3 units of Jaegers, 3 units of Grenzers. No, 4 units of Jaeger, 3 units of Grenzer. Roughly 6 German Fusiliers, which is basically just Linent. He has 1 7-pounder howitzer. His general is Joseph Alvinci, and he has 3 units of cuirassiers. Or that was mispronounced, but oh well. So I advanced here. This is the center here of the hill, this path. So I've advanced forward to take advantage of this cover. I've moved forward my rifles as a cover for my foot guards, because I realised that I am completely outgunned in terms of long range. And you can see there, that was my own artillery that did that. Completely mullered this foot guard unit, which was a mistake. So I'm advancing my line, I believe on all fronts. I've got this unit over here, which is the... Whoa, that's pretty awesome. Got this unit here, the 88 foot Conohort Rangers. They are coming up to do flanking fire, and I've brought up my lifeguard as a reserve. So we have set up now. All my units are firing. I'm going to siphon off these 2 units over to the right flank, because I see that as the main weakness. I'm going to try and use this unit of foot guard and this unit of rifles and the 2 over here to hold this force in place, while I try and use these 4 units over here to attack this flank. Let's get some close-ups. These guys are already taking fire from the rifles, because I didn't focus fire on their Jaegers for some reason. That was a mistake by me. Now this was my first ever battle in multiplayer, so I did make a few mistakes, and I didn't use some of my units to full advantage. I was basically just going off what I learned in the campaign mode, and what I used to do in Empire Total War. There you can see a nice volley of fire. So he's retreating some of his Grenzers and Jaegers, noticing my advance. But as he retreats, he's coming down this hill. So if I push forward, he's going to be getting downhill fire. And here, these guys are set up again. They're reloading, but they'll just be firing into the hill, which isn't too useful. Here I've got, I don't know if these guys are firing. No, they're not. They're out of range. I didn't notice that, but soon they will have 4 units, including a foot guard, against 2. But here he's retreating again on this side, noticing that these guys are getting pummeled. These guys are on 51 men out of 120, and these guys are on 68. Now, over on this flank, it's pretty much the same positioning as before. I've moved up this unit further into the woods, and there you can see my opponent's howitzers raining down on them. But these guys are pretty elite. They're better than the Black Watch, but not as good as the Foot Guard. And they are putting great fire down onto these German Fusiliers, as well as these rifles. My horse artillery are still going, and they are firing into this forested area. Now over here, I've moved forward my men again, catering to his retreat. As he retreats, I'm just going to push further forward, because I'm going to be getting the hill advantage too. And these guys, as you can see, they're pretty much just shooting into the ground, not doing much. So that can only help me, as well as these guys in the forest here. The forest cover in Napoleon seems to be very good, as it was in Empire. Oh, here we can see a charge, but it's uphill, and I believe I did notice it. So, or maybe I didn't. But he's charging into foot guards anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So it's a pretty ineffective charge. These guys lost about... Oh no, they lost about 20 on charge. But that was with 2 units. And now he's going to continue forward with these first hussars and 1 unit of cuirassier. And he's going to charge forward and hopefully take out my artillery over here. You can see I've got routing units. These are these guys on the right flank, after sustained fire from these Jaegers and Lieutenant. You can see here he's just sitting his cuirassier in front of his line for some reason. But here you can see I brought my lifeguards to try and chase down these guys, but it was in vain. I quickly managed to turn these guys onto canister fire, which took down a lot of horses, but it unfortunately was not in time. And you can see Major General Pinkerton just standing there, trying to inspire his troops. But these guys do manage to take out a fair few of my horse artillery. I do believe they actually rout before I can get cavalry support there. I don't know what my lifeguard are doing. Oh, they're chasing down this unit of cuirassier who's trying to retreat, and not this unit of hussars. So I bring in... Thank you. So I bring in my general unit to take down this hussar, which is down to 11 men. So it shouldn't be too tough for my general unit. He's going to try and carry on into my howitzers over here, which have been firing the whole battle. Where are they? They're over here. But I believe my general unit gets there in time. Yep, they're routing. However, he does have now a extra unit of cuirassiers coming over, which was the 3rd one. So I'm going to use my general to block them off as I bring in some lifeguards to reinforce my general over there. These lifeguards have dealt thoroughly with these cuirassiers, taking them down to 16. Now, on this flank, these guys are in a square for some reason. Oh well. I've pushed forward further, and I've got 2 units which pushed all the way through here, noticing these guys retreating. They literally just ran through this forest over here, and I wanted to silence their howitzers over here, which I did pretty well. And these guys have formed a square, noticing these cuirassiers. This 2nd unit over here is getting some fire down on these from cover from the forest, and these guys are soon going to be getting downhill fire and flanking fire on these Fusiliers when I noticed that they're not firing. I think I was concentrating on this cav over here. Over here, the enemy cav did manage to get to the howitzers. I still have 1 firing and 1 limited. The crew are fine. They just they're lost